people on the Potomac River. Now you're looking at live pictures from Skytrack 7. Police tell us that these people were out on a jet ski. There are no reports of any injuries right now, but of course you can see lots of people there working the scene. We'll continue to follow this and bring you any new developments as soon as they're available.
And the other big story we're keeping a very close eye on is breaking news. They are now bracing for the worst in Texas as a possible direct hit from Hurricane Harvey.
In the sky, ominous clouds and warnings that this storm is life-threatening. On the ground, store shelves are empty and roads are crowded with people trying to evacuate.
Nancy Chen right now is tracking the storm from our satellite center. Nancy, they're talking about 30 inches of rain.
They are, Jonathan and Allison. Millions of people will likely be directly affected by Harvey, which is expected to hit Texas late Friday or early Saturday as a Category 3 storm, the likes of which have not been seen there in almost 20 years. A mass exodus now underway in several towns along the coast, including Corpus Christi, New Orleans, and Houston.
Everybody just went to Code Red, and we all came basically just to prepare ourselves.
I'm 65 now, and I don't want to die at 65.
Another thing to keep an eye on here, some 20 refineries producing 4 million barrels of oil could be impacted, and that could result in higher gas prices in some parts of the country. Meantime, airlines are also waiving certain fees for those affected by the hurricane. And the National Weather Service just issuing its 11 p.m. update about the storm. Stormwatch 7 Chief Meteorologist Steve Rudin with what we just found out. Steve?
All right, looking outside right now at Hurricane Harvey with winds at 85 miles per hour. The latest update is it intensified quickly earlier today, and now it's beginning to weaken just a tiny bit. But don't be fooled. Common for it to happen like that during the overnight hours. The eye losing a little bit of definition at this time, but tomorrow it's going to be back. Let's talk about what's going on right now around the immediate metro area. Scattered showers, nothing heavy, nothing that is going to become severe. Loudoun County, Fairfax, Montgomery County, just a few showers at this time. Show you what's going on tomorrow. Daytime highs will be just around 78 to 80 degrees. We will see more sunshine as we move through the upcoming weekend, plus a detailed look at the exact track for Hurricane Harvey coming up in just a few minutes.
Steve, we'll see you then. Thanks. Good morning, Washington. We'll have the very latest on the hurricane when you wake up. You can tune in for breaking news. Updates start at 4:25.
We have new information now on a new lawsuit tied to a shocking video that we first showed you earlier this month. What you're seeing is this car falling 7 stories from a Texas parking garage back in July. Now that car's owner is seeking more than $1 million in damages from the garage's owner and the management. She claims the owners were negligent for not upgrading their barriers. That woman says she accidentally pressed the gas instead of the brake. She is still undergoing medical treatment.
Well, a very disturbing case unfolding in Knoxville. A man telling us off camera that a scared, terrified 10-year-old boy knocked on his door. Police now say that child has seen unthinkable abuse at the hands of his parents. Tom Rousey is joining us with the latest because he was out there, and you spoke, I understand, to the landlord who rented space to the folks who the police say were responsible for this.
Well, she didn't actually rent to them. She rented to another couple that was apparently letting them stay there, but she said that couple was not supposed to be allowing them to stay there. This 10-year-old boy was staying at that property, which was more than a mile that way, off of Carriage Ford Road here, but the boy walked all the way up to a home here on Aden Road, knocked on a door. He was disheveled, police say, and asked for food. The man who answered says what he saw was horrifying. Off camera, he tells us the boy had burns on his hands, and on them and his head, he had about 40 scars. He had cuts on his legs, and he says the boy told him he hadn't been to school in 4 years.
It's not human. I mean, animals take care of their children better.
Christina and her husband allow a couple who works on their property to live in this apartment above the garage. She says without her permission, sometime in the last few weeks, that couple allowed the suspects and their son to start staying there.
And I never saw a child.
She says she'd never seen Mother Barbara Ramirez del Cid or stepfather Walter Flores Chiquillo until he knocked on her vehicle window Tuesday.
I didn't know who he was or why he was in my front yard. He said that his son had gone missing.
We now know the boy had walked well over a mile away. Prince William County Police say for some time the parents had been punishing him by making him kneel on sharp objects or burn his hands on the stove.
Like someone punched me in the stomach is what it feels like. and that you can't do nothing about it because it's already too late.
The boy was treated at the hospital, we are told by police. He's now in the custody of Child Protective Services. As for his parents, right now they're being held in jail on no bond. Reporting live tonight in Nokesville in Prince William County, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
All right, Tom, thank you. And 7 is on your side now, fighting back against crime after a daylight attack on a popular trail. Police say a man with a laundry list of prior crimes exposed himself to 2 women yesterday.
Well, tonight, 7 on your side's Tim Barber's asking police about how they're trying to patrol these well-traveled trails.
During the day, you can't wait a minute without seeing a biker or a runner like Riley Sheehy along the Custis Trail.
One of the reasons that I always pick here is because I know that it's safe and well lit.
But Arlington police say that did not stop a man from grabbing 2 women near North Calvert Street and exposing himself to them around 4:30 yesterday afternoon.
I mean, that really scares me. I run on this trail almost every day.
Investigators say the first victim called so quickly that officers were able to find the second victim and then the suspect, Marvin Sosa Velasquez, who was arrested along the 3300 block of Lee Highway.
Is there a way to have the police patrol these trails around the clock so that something like this is less likely?
In any area of Arlington County, our officers are out and about doing their investigations, patrolling the areas.
Plus, the police point out there are roughly 50 miles of trails throughout Arlington County.
We dug into the suspect's background and discovered that he does have a criminal history here in Arlington. However, most of that included drinking-related charges, nothing quite as serious as what he's accused of here along the trail. Report